In the shadows of history, away from the spotlight of mainstream media, lie operations so secretive that their very existence is often denied by those who command them. These covert operations, the silent chess games nations play, have stakes higher than the public could ever fathom. Throughout history, during times of war and peace, they've played pivotal roles in determining the fates of nations. While some make headlines, most remain buried, their true objectives and outcomes known only to a select few. The lengths to which governments will go, the boundaries they're willing to push in the name of national security and strategic advantage, can be both astonishing and alarming. From the Cold War era's espionage games to modern-day cyber ops, the world of covert operations is vast and intricate. As we delve deep into this realm, we'll uncover secrets long kept from the public eye, spotlighting specific missions and their ripple effects throughout history. Such operations, shrouded in secrecy, evoke images of shadowy figures and clandestine meetings. By definition, they are activities undertaken in secret, often outside standard protocols, with the aim to achieve objectives without open recognition. The Bay of Pigs, Operation Gladio, and Operation Chaos are just a few examples that underscore the lengths governments will go to, often in the shadows, to achieve their goals. Emerging from these covert operations is the enigmatic world of mind control, a subject of fascination and fear for decades. Programs like MK-Ultra, initiated by the CIA in the 1950s, delved into the possibilities of mind manipulation for espionage and warfare. While advanced neuroscience has replaced the crude methods of the past, the ethical dilemmas surrounding mind control remain potent. Closer to home, in the heart of American intelligence, the MK-Ultra program sought to harness this power. But behind the clinical terminology are real people, with stories bearing witness to the horrors of MK-Ultra. Yet, the true gravity of MK-Ultra's impact isn't just found in its objectives or methods, but in the lives it irrevocably altered. These are their stories, testimonies of the unsuspecting souls caught in a web of deception and cruelty. Frank Olson, an army chemist, Olson had never taken LSD before and was covertly dosed by his CIA supervisor. 9 days later, he plunged to his death from a New York City hotel room. Unsuspecting operatives, CIA operatives, were sometimes drugged without warning. One operative, after being dosed with LSD in his morning coffee, ran across Washington seeing monsters in every car. Operation Midnight Climax. The CIA set up San Francisco brothels, drugging unsuspecting men with LSD. These sessions were observed and filmed for research. Ken Kesey. Before writing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Kesey volunteered for an MK-Ultra study, receiving psilocybin and other drugs. Vulnerable populations, 7 drug-addicted African-American men were subjected to MK-Ultra experiments, highlighting the program's exploitation. Sarah. Promised compensation for a sleep study, Sarah instead faced hallucinogenic nightmares from high LSD doses, leading to lasting psychological scars. James. Once a military officer, James underwent electroshock and sensory deprivation, emerging a stranger to his own past and family. Elena. Hoping for a better life in America, Elena became a puppet under hypnotic programming, forced into actions against her will by potent drugs. Michael. Unwittingly dosed with psilocybin, Michael's world turned nightmarish as manipulated sounds and visions sought to fracture his mind. Anna. Fleeing post-war trauma, Anna was subjected to drug-fueled interrogations and mental torment in a futile quest for non-existent information. From the covert operations of intelligence agencies to the ethically murky waters of mind control, our journey has only just begun. Next, we venture to a chapter of history that many would prefer to forget, where the quest for knowledge led to some of humanity's darkest hours. Welcome to Unit 731, Pingfang, China, a place of natural beauty, but beneath its surface lies a haunting past. During the Second World War, This was the epicenter of Unit 731, a covert biological and chemical warfare research unit of the Imperial Japanese Army. Under the guise of epidemic prevention, unthinkable human experiments were conducted here, all in the name of advancing warfare. Men, women, children, no one was spared. From frostbite tests to vivisections, the horrors that took place within these walls are a chilling testament to human cruelty. Unit 731 remains one of the darkest chapters of wartime history. The scale and nature of the experiments were unprecedented, and the scars they left behind, both physical and psychological, are profound. While the physical structures of Unit 731 may have crumbled with time, the memories and lessons remain. It's a grim reminder of the depth humanity can sink to in the name of progress and power. Unit 731's operations are laid bare through meticulous records and testimonies left behind. Spread over 6 square kilometers, the complex housed more than 150 buildings, each dedicated to a specific type of research or experiment. Under the leadership of Lieutenant General Shiro Ishii, a team of researchers embarked on a mission to create the ultimate biological weapon. Their methods were nothing short of brutal. Live vivisections without anesthesia, forced pregnancies, and weaponized plagues. The victims, dehumanizingly referred to as logs by the researchers, were predominantly Chinese, but also included Russians, Koreans, and some allied POWs. With the war's end, the facility was abandoned, its dark secrets hidden for years. Yet, the testimonies of survivors and the evidence unearthed paint a haunting picture that demands acknowledgement. To understand the full extent of this horror, we must delve into the specific experiments conducted within those walls. Behind the walls of Unit 731, science and cruelty intertwined in a dance of horror. Isolated chambers where temperatures would plummet were used for frostbite tests. Victims were exposed to freezing conditions, only to be subjected to thawing methods ranging from heat lamps to hot water. Live vivisections were performed without anesthesia, with subjects dissected to study the effects of diseases and the body's response to injuries. Weaponized plagues, such as anthrax and bubonic plague, were tested on populations. Fleas infected with these diseases were dropped from planes over Chinese villages, leading to outbreaks and countless deaths. The experiments at Unit 731 weren't just breaches of ethics. They were a complete abandonment of humanity. The immediate effects of these experiments were evident, but the long-term suffering of survivors, both physical and psychological, serves as a haunting testament to the horrors of Unit 731. Beyond the cold statistics and clinical descriptions are real people with stories that bear witness to the horrors of Unit 731. I was just a child when they took me. The pain, the fear, it's something I can never forget. Each narrative is a poignant reminder of a life disrupted, a future stolen. Men and women from all walks of life, subjected to unimaginable cruelty, their stories echoing the pain and resilience of the human spirit. These personal testimonies are not just records. They breathe life into the victims, reminding us that behind every experiment was a person with dreams, hopes, and a life that mattered. As we delve deeper into the shadows of Unit 731, let us remember the faces, the names, and the stories. They are the true testament to the horrors that unfolded, and their voices demand to be heard. A Chinese farmer captured during a Japanese raid found himself in Unit 731, referred to as a log. Subjected to extreme temperatures and deadly pathogens, he became one of the many logs that fell. A young Chinese woman, fleeing Japanese forces, was captured and assaulted by guards inside Unit 731. Pregnant, she underwent experiments, and her baby, post-birth, was used for further experimentation. A Russian soldier, captured by Japanese forces, was sent to Unit 731. Subjected to vivisections and exposure to deadly chemicals, he endured unimaginable torment at the hands of researchers. These voices, these stories, represent only a fraction of the estimated tens of thousands who suffered within the confines of Unit 731. They are more than just echoes from the past. They are a testament to human resilience in the face of unimaginable cruelty. But as we move forward, we must ask ourselves, what have we learned from these dark chapters of history? How do we ensure that the sacrifices and sufferings of these souls are not in vain? The horrors of Unit 731 did not fade with time. They underscore the extremes humanity can reach when ethics are cast aside. These revelations have since shaped international laws and conventions, placing a strong emphasis on human rights. Today, as we stand on the cusp of scientific breakthroughs, the shadow of Unit 731 looms as a cautionary tale. Progress should never come at the cost of our humanity. As we delve into the story of Unit 731, it underscores the moral considerations that should always guide scientific endeavors. We must remember the atrocities, not just as a chapter from the past, but as a call to action. Educating the next generation is our best defense against such horrors. The legacy of Unit 731 is both a warning for the future and a testament to our responsibility in the present. We must always remember. Our exploration spanned the covert alleys of espionage to the chilling chambers of Unit 731, revealing the duality of human nature. The quest for power and knowledge stood in stark contrast to the resilience and spirit of the victims. History is a testament to our choices and values. The stories from this video challenge our moral compass and emphasize the importance of empathy in our pursuit of progress. As we move forward, let's be guided by hope, understanding, and a commitment to a brighter future.